Y'all, I don't know what that was.
I was like, why I'm still backstage?
Cause the thing like completely froze in the midst of playing the stuff, and
I
then
was
the screen went away. I'm like, what is going on around here? But
right.
oh well, we here.
Okay.
4 minutes in and look.
And look, I was looking at the timer like, well, it says it's live, but it also tells me I'm still backstage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We all was still backstage.
Okay, got it.
I couldn't get out the stage. Y'all couldn't get out of. We was in backstage, baby. Woo! But we here. How y'all
All
doing?
right.
Y'all know we've been gone and back and gone and back. You know these holidays is weird. But anyway, all aboard. Welcome to our podcast, Goddess. Tonight's topic is the midterm elections, and there's a lot at stake. For those of you who are returning, thank you for your continued support and welcome back. And for those of you who are just joining, welcome, and we hope to see you again. Goddesses and guys, remember that we are also available wherever you listen to your podcast, including Spotify and iHeartRadio. And you can always see our beautiful and handsome faces here on YouTube. I am Keely, the Soul Snatching Goddess.
And I am Melinda, the Fact Goddess, FACKT. I want to thank you for joining us tonight. We want you to like, share, and subscribe to our podcast and bang the notification bell so you can be one of the first to be notified when we have new episodes.
Hello, world. I'm Floyd God. Y'all hear that background noise?
Know what you're hearing.
I don't know. It's like somebody talking or something, or TV or something.
Oh, it might be over here.
Yeah, it might be her. Do you hear it now?
No.
Yeah, it's over there. All right. Well, my shirt cam, I don't have to stand all the way up, but you can't win the game if you don't know the rules. And these elections is a bunch of games and some rules that we don't know. But we need to learn them so we count and we matter. So as y'all all know, tomorrow will be the midterm elections, and we try here to talk about meaningful things and conversations. So who you vote for is your personal choice. We are not here to sway you in one way or the other, just give you a little bit of information. The polls are open tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So get your ass out there and vote. I think part, as far as for me, when I talk to the younger people, I think part of the reason why we feel like our vote doesn't count is because we really don't know the rules to the game of the elections process. And a lot of people don't know what the jobs are of some of the people that we vote for. So they don't go to the smaller elections, they don't do the midterm elections, and a lot of that stuff counts, even though in the bigger scheme of things, what we think and what we're taught is that the president is the end all be all, which that's not the truth. It's the underlying people that builds up to him, and he can't do things without their support. So if you don't get out and vote for those things, we end up messed up in the long run. So I get, and I don't know, a lot of people probably throw these little things away, these little different little ballot cards that come out in the mail. And this particular one actually tells what the jobs are of the different positions. So, for instance, the U.S. Senate and members of the Congress pass laws in D.C. and set the national budget. The governor is like the CEO of Georgia or whatever state that you're in. The lieutenant governor runs the state senate. The attorney general defends your state. The Secretary of State runs elections and issues business licenses. So how much you get charged for your business license? He got it. Counting them votes, he do it and is over it and behind it, or she. Labor commissioner distributes unemployment. So how much you get for unemployment if you ever should fall on those hard times? That's who dictates how much you get in the labor commissioner. The agricultural commissioner develops programs for Georgia farmers or your state's farmers. The insurance commissioner monitors health and home insurance companies. So, for instance, if your health insurance lapses and you feel like it was like not done in a proper way, you can go to the insurance commissioner, write him, and he'll investigate it and get back to you. Even with life insurance policies, I know my parents ran into that with my sister. The person who wrote her policy actually marked her as not having lupus when it was disclosed that she did. And they didn't want to pay her policy out because she didn't live 2 years after the policy was instated. And they ended up having to overturn it because the insurance commissioner investigated. So y'all got to know who y'all putting in these places. They matter. Um, School superintendent runs the schools. State senators and state house members pass laws that affect our everyday lives and set the state budgets. Judges hear the cases brought before the court. The solicitor general investigate crimes and decides what to bring to trial. So your family members that possibly have gotten in trouble, that's who decides if they go to trial or not, or if they plea out something, or what's decided. County commissioner and city council help set property taxes and manage services like trash pickup. So if you feel like they're not picking up your trash often enough, or the days that they do it, they don't really come through, that's who you go to. You gotta know who to complain to, or you complaining on deaf ears because they can't help you because it ain't their job. The school board sets the standards for the schools. So a lot of these things are not on the main ballot a lot of times. They're on those smaller tickets that nobody talks about go out and vote. But they always talk about go out and vote for the president and the midterms elections. So gotta know the rules. Um, let's see. A majority of the information that I have tonight on the candidates are candidates about Georgia, but I do have some national statistics as well. And it's only for Georgia because that's where I live. Sorry, y'all. So early voting ended on Friday, and here in Georgia, more than 2.4 million Georgians had already voted in the midterms. And that was either by in person or sending an absentee ballot by mail. And that total is the highest ever in early voting in midterm elections in Georgia. So people are getting out to vote. I hope it matters and makes it the right way because Jesus. And that's 25% more at this point than it was in 2018. So I guess the word is getting out. People are going to vote. Have y'all voted? Are y'all stuck? I can't hear you. You're on mute still.
No, I haven't.
Floyd God, have you voted?
Not yet.
Okay. Are you planning on voting?
Yeah, why you say that?
I'm just asking.
I don't believe in the process, but I'm gonna do it.
Okay. All right. You do it. You got it. Did you have to do it absentee or you come? You'll be. Well, you're not gonna be here. What are you gonna? Why are you doing that, ma'am? How you voting?
Absentee.
Oh, okay. That's what I was asking. Was it absentee?
Yes.
Okay. Um. So let's see. So in Georgia, I don't know if y'all know this, but there was an election uh, integrity act that was passed in 2021, and it overhauled our elections in Georgia and implemented some new measures that GOP lawmakers said would make voting more secure. So the bill included the new photo ID requirements that is for absentee voting by mail. They reduced the number of ballot drop boxes in a lot of counties and mandated 3 weeks of in-person early voting. They also put a provision that made it illegal to hand out free food and drink to people that was waiting in line at
Mm.
polling stations. Because a lot of times, if you got hungry or if you got thirsty and you hot, you gonna get out the line. So that was something that was a little controversial that happened. Um, our Secretary of State, which is Brad Rafflesberg, that's here in Georgia, he said that one of the other things that act change was that they can now count the pre-screen early votes. So that should help for the tallies to be done faster because they don't have to wait until all votes are in to start counting. Now, I don't know how that adds up, but that's what they say. And then they also are supposed to know how many ballots are uncounted by 10 p.m. and let everybody know that as well. Georgia is one of the only states in the nation that mandates runoff elections between the top two finishers following general elections, in which no candidate receives a majority of the votes. So if there's a runoff, it will occur in December. Hopefully, we don't have no runoffs, but it's a possibility. The prediction so far for Georgia is Warnock is currently at 55% chance of winning the race compared to Herschel Walker at 45%.
Oh Lord.
I'm voting for Herschel.
You what?
I'm voting for Herschel.
Oh Lord. Okay. Well, that is.
I'm joking.
You're right, but woo, I'm a
No,
police officer.
No, I'm joking.
Did y'all see that debate that they had where he picked that fake badge up that was on a piece of cardboard?
Yeah, I seen that.
Jesus.
Tomfoolery.
The lady said, Mr. Walker, we said no props. This ain't no prop.
This ain't not funny. Jesus.
I'm a real officer. I can't. Oh, Jesus. Anyway. So the Georgia gubernatorial race isn't expected to be as close. They are predicting that Brian Kemp has a 93% chance of defeating Stacey Abrams.
I can believe
what?
That's
yeah,
what
I can believe it.
predicting.
I can believe it. I believe it. It's gonna happen.
I'm gonna pray not, Jesus.
And when it does, blame your people.
That's why we try and do some night.
No, no. Listen, so okay, so I hate fucking politics. So anyway, look, let me just say this to you, right? I ain't gonna divulge, y'all know where I work, but I ain't gonna divulge that on here because
Mm-hmm.
But what Brian Kemp did, he opened up this one-time cash payment for people, right? Where he was giving people
$350.
Yeah, some bullshit. So like people who had benefits and shit, right? So this why it's so cold with the bullshit. He made it so like you have to get it through an e-gift card, right? Well, and I don't mean no harm, people of the world, but this is the reality. A lot of people are what's a PC way of saying this shit? A lot of people are not technologically what's the word? What's a good phrase for
I'm recording.
technologically inept? Phrase, right? So a lot of people don't know how to shop online. There were contingency, like there were like restrictions to the card, like you could only use Apple Pay or Samsung, or you could only buy stuff online. Well, a lot of people don't have Samsung, Apple Pay. There's a lot of elders who collect benefits. A lot of people who haven't got past the 10th grade collect benefits. Not all, but there's a large majority. So there were a lot of complaints about that, a lot of restrictions, a lot of stuff. So, but he did it as like a little ploy. So now there are going to be a lot of people who receive those benefits. They're going to vote for him because they didn't take the time to learn about what it really was, the ploy that it was, some people just see a little. It don't take much to buy people these days. So,
well, I mean, he's been trying to buy us since he did that. We have leftover money, so we're sending everybody a little change.
Anyway. And a lot. That's another thing, though. The $250 that people were supposed to get on their taxes, a lot of people only got like $9. Everybody didn't get $250, right? So, the thing is like a lot of people have said to me, in a large percentage, I'm voting for Kemp because he gave me this, because he did that. Don't know nothing about the issue.
I've seen a lot on social media said thank you, but we still ain't vote for you.
No, well, you'd be surprised how many people are.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not at the end of the day. But if they were smart, they would do their homework about who the people are, and not if he gave you $350.
Unfortunately, the problem is a lot of people don't do their homework, and a lot of people are misinformed, don't want to be informed, or believe that the process don't work for them. So they just say F it, or they just look for little rewards, and they miss the bigger picture. People can be bought up for $100 these days. We've seen it. So I wouldn't be surprised if he wins. So just saying. It's tough.
Hey, he said he gonna make his way around all the way up, baby, because he went from the Secretary of State to over here. Now he gonna have his eye somewhere else in a minute.
And then a lot of your gun rights people, activists, are gonna vote for him because he passed a law. You could just carry. That won him a lot of votes too, especially with your 2A people. So yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kemp win.
I hope not, though. Hopefully Stacey keeps her momentum that she had for turning the state blue up, but who knows? We'll have to see.
The reality is, I wouldn't be surprised if, I think it's Congress, right? This is the fight for Congress or the House. Which one was it?
Stacey Abrams is the governor.
I'm saying nationwide. Nationwide is the fight for the House, right?
Oh, for the House, yes.
Okay, so unfortunately, and a lot of people have been like prophesizing this. What I'm doing right now is I'm just speaking on things that I've talked to other people about. Things like that. I don't.
And then once you talk about it, I'll tell you what they're saying in the.
Yeah, I don't support Democrats or Republicans. It's all a farce to me. But that's. But the problem that the Democrats are doing, since most people that are probably watching or on the show support Democrats, what they didn't do is they didn't engage the very people whose vote they're looking for. And so, how you watch a lot of the politics shows and things like that. The conversation has been, they're just talking about these key points, like, women's right to choose. What's the other hot topic going on?
You might have to mute for a second till you get it up, because your hand is going all over that speaker. Okay, go ahead. You said they're hitting on key points like women's rights.
Women's right to choose, the crime statistics, things like that, like the hot button issues, but they're not engaging the people. And people are still hearkening back to the whole Joe Biden thing, where he made all these promises, especially to Black people, and he didn't follow through, and he still hasn't followed through. So there's a strong chance that Republicans will take the House because of those things, because a lot of people are going Republican because of that. Not saying either one is right or wrong, but they tried, and it didn't work for them. So it's really just back and forth like a cameo record,
Of course, yeah. So in speaking to that on the national level, control of the House is up for grabs on election night, and the simple math favors Republicans. It's not just from polling, but because Democrats are defending more seats in tough districts than Republicans are. Only a small handful are really competitive races. And there's only a dozen that are needed to flip from blue to red for the GOP to control the House. Democrats right now only control majority of the House with just 5 seats.
Well, it's your girl Stacey Adams. Remember when they were running for president, the Biden election and stuff? How Stacey Adams was really rallying the people. There was like this nationwide campaign. Like the strategy that she used to rally people to vote was amazing, right?
Yes.
The Republicans have been doing that exact same thing since Biden took office. So that's why this thing is about to turn. It's really about to turn. It's bad. So it's like and in my hometown, it's like a big battle going on too. So, our state might turn too. It's kind of messed up. Hopefully not though, but
yeah,
it's crazy, but it's politics.
So it says out of 435 House races, 212 are leaning or likely to be in Republican hands, and 188 are likely to be in Democratic control. Republicans have a 79% chance to win control of the House after the midterms. And so that'll leave 35 toss-up seats for grab, which will decide who controls the House.
Update your passports, get your guns in order, learn how to train, learn how to defend yourself, learn how to grow items, and get your stock up on Plan B. You're just going to be out here in these streets.
Oh, so that was something else that I saw, right? So, with the overturn of Roe versus Wade, a lot of people were talking about just that whole abortion rights thing or whatever. And so there was an article that said, because, at this point, the states will dictate which way they go, if it's no abortion at all, or if it's abortion, if it's with the health of the mother or due to rape or incest, or just which way they go in terms of what's allowed under the abortion law. Right. So they have said that a lot of places or people or women are turning to telemedicine in order to be able to get a particular drug, and I'm not going to say the name, that acts as an abortion pill as well. Its main usage is not an abortion pill, but it can cause an abortion. And so people are going through telemedicine and having a doctor in another state prescribe that medication for them if their state doesn't allow abortions.
Bollywood never get you them pills too. They get you the pills too online too. Almost. They do.
Oh.
And not to interject this too, the Hispanic vote is actually the white vote. Because more Hispanics are siding with the GOP than they are with Democrats, based on values, belief system, core values, all of that. So, you're going to actually see who really has the power in terms of the vote. You know what I'm saying? So, because women can vote, but you're going to see what's stronger: women's votes, the black vote, or the Hispanic vote and the white vote. Which we just got all them immigrants just came in not too long ago, and they got the ability to vote very quick. So,
and then you also have to take into consideration the LGBTQ plus community,
which a lot of those people are conservatives. While y'all playing games,
yeah,
it's an overwhelming majority that are conservative. So,
So it's a fact that the party in control of the White House tends to lose the House seats at the midterm election. So we're in control of the White House right now, and we probably are going to lose some of those seats. So, and we only have to lose 5, well, technically 6 for them to be back in control. But anyway.
And your boy announcing his candidacy tomorrow.
Who?
Your boy, Trump 2024.
Did he say he was announcing tomorrow?
That's the rumor in political circles. He got his own social media now, but he got his own web. He got his own site.
He said he had to. He said y'all not go put him off Twitter.
Well, here's the flip side to that. Since Elon Musk bought Twitter, the use of the N-word went up 500%. Also, Elon Musk is what's the word I'm looking for? He is pushing people to vote Republican. Very much so. But the rumor is that Trump is going to announce his run for presidency tomorrow. That's the rumor. I don't know how true it is, but it's been going around. So, Orange is the new dumbass back, and he go win if he run.
If Republicans end up winning back the majority, but if it's at a small majority, it'll still be hard for them to pass any legislation. If the Democrats defy the odds and the percentages that they're doing by a small majority, it will still handicap them when it comes to getting things done. So we'll just have to see. But that house is going to be close. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. I hope that, things go in a way. I hope that people vote for who they're not being bribed by things, but looking at the people and actually.
You see the armed militias at the polling places?
No.
You ain't know about that?
Uh-uh.
Philadelphia, a couple other places had armed militias in front of polling places to intimidate voters. Look it up while you're on the phone. You can look it up.
Oh, I want to look it up. That's
voter intimidation is on a high. Yeah, the armed militias at certain polling places across the country. Armed militias. Yeah. I mean, and they had a right. They can do it. Long as they don't do nothing, they can do it. But look it up. You'll see it. I know for sure in Philly there was. But they're armed militias. Oh, those guys, they work at their number. All them January 6 people, it's all a plan.
That's crazy.
And then the voter suppression laws that you were the voter suppression laws you were speaking on earlier, that it's all a strategy. This is the Stacey Abrams plan, the GOP way. Like it's
in reverse.
It's a cold chess game. It's a cold chess game because they do. I knew it. This is what it is. So
hey,
y'all better not be out here doing all that fucking.
Well, she told them to cheat off her paper, so that's what they did.
That's exactly what they did. They did it, and they made that money. And a lot of these rich folks who be telling you they down with you, they ain't down with you. Republicans protect the money. They be on TV talking about doing the twerk and all this shit, talking about we down with you. Man, they ain't down with you, family. Voting in their best interest. Protect their money. Because
somebody told me a long time ago, they was like that they felt I would be a Republican because of the job that I had. I said, really? They was like, yeah, because you got to protect your money.
Shit, I used to be a Republican. I used to be a Republican for 10 years. But then I just realized it was a farce. Like it's all a farce to me. So it's all the same game at the end of the day. But that's the topic.
I mean, you just gotta pick the lesser of two evils.
But that's the problem, and like it harkens. I ain't trying to get too deep, but it harkens me back to the Black Panther Party. They were an independent political party. A lot of people don't know that. Like they were an independent political party, and that's why they worked so hard to silence them. The problem is you only have two choices. And your independents don't have enough juice or money or no one's backing them. There needs to be a change in this country, and it needs to be, for lack of a better word, an independent, because that's what they're going to label them as. Because you're going to keep voting for Democrats and Republicans. They just sharing the wealth. That's why when you hear bipartisan, that's all of them sleeping in the same bed, and you the one that get fucked with no Vaseline at the end of the day. I don't give a damn how good your candidate look, if she look like you, if he look like you, if he talking good to you. At the end of the day, they not doing too much for you. We can take this all the way back to Barack Obama. Barack was the president, but he wasn't doing a whole bunch for black folk. Biden said he was going to do a whole bunch. He still ain't signed the hate law in the play, but he signed the law for them Asians and everybody else. It's a lot. So, but I digress, man. Because I pay attention to that shit. I know it's some bullshit, but it is what it is. People like vote.
That's like even with watching the debate where it was Stacey Abrams and Kemp, and then the liberal. His name is Sean. I only remember his first name because they called it so much Sean. But he was the liberal candidate that was a part of the thing, and it almost. He had to speak up because it was like him and her. He was like, no, I'm here. He was like, y'all not going to shut me out this debate. I'm here. Like he spoke up in the middle of stuff. He was very in charge. And some of the stuff that he said made a whole lot of sense. But who's backing him?
Right. And then another problem with the independents is at the end of the day, if you do have an independent that's well liked, it ends up splitting the vote, which can go in
Between them.
the direction that you don't want it to go, which has happened several times in different elections. So it's like a catch-22 with this. It's all BS though. Just was January 6th really a bad thing, or was it that just other people should have been doing it instead of the people who did it? I'm sorry, I digress. I'm just saying.
Well, all I'm gonna say is in 2024, instead of voting for Trump, y'all gonna write me in. I'll be the president. I got it. I got this.
I hear you.
You know they got that line for the write-in. Write me in.
Listen.
I got it, and I'm gonna tell you the damn truth.
Just watch that back and to the left when you get in. Back and to the left. Back and to the left.
Oh
yeah.
Fat Goddess, you sure is quiet. Yeah, mute. You on mute. You on mute. You still on mute. Oh, girl, you on mute, girl. Oh, you can't. She can't talk. They don't want to say nothing tonight. They done silence the Fat Goddess. It say you off, but you're not off. I don't know, girl. Oh well. Did y'all have anything else to say? Cause this girl, all we got is chest now, baby. She trying to entice the voters. She said, "Come this way." Oh, well, that was all I had. I just wanted to talk a little bit about it and just try to make people aware that tomorrow is the day, if you have not early voted, to get your behind out there and vote.
Anyone want to chime in? Anyone want to chime in? Trump 2024 over here, though. I'm joking.
Please, no, don't do it.
Hey, man, you know what? See, we need to do another show called "The Truth About Politics."
Yeah, just
tell you some shit.
It was something that was on the ballot that I saw. Let me go.
Besides those hot button issues,
huh?
Besides hot button issues, like
yeah.
Oh, I gotta ask. I want to pose something to y'all too. Go ahead, though. Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it says that there's a proposed constitutional amendment that'll occur that provides for a suspension of compensation of certain state officers and members of the General Assembly. So it reads, shall the Constitution of Georgia be amended so as to suspend the compensation of the governor, general, state, school superintendent, commissioner of insurance, commissioner of agriculture, commissioner of labor, or any member of the General Assembly while such individual is suspended from office following indictment for a felony. Because they still get paid if they are under indictment.
They're going to get paid if that pass either way. Anyway, that's just to make it look good for us.
I mean, it's on the ballot, though. Somebody said something.
It's a lot on the ballot. Speaking of hot button issues, I was watching the Breakfast Club, right? And they had these two women from Planned Parenthood who happened to be Black women. I thought was, rather ironic. But Kanye West had some things to say about Planned Parenthood. And he alluded to Elizabeth Sanger and the whole eugenics movement. If y'all not hip to that, please look it up. And how Planned Parenthood really got started. And they basically was debunking him, saying he's crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Planned Parenthood does a lot of other things for women, like, STI testing, healthcare, and things like that. And so, basically Kanye's an idiot. And so I'm not a Kanye West fan like that. I like old Kanye. Like, I like Kanye before his mama died. So, but there are sometimes, like, how when you go to church or something, they say don't listen to the messenger, just heed the message sometimes. Because the messenger don't be shit. But anyway. But like a lot of stuff that Kanye was saying, even though he was going through an episode, was very true. And it is important to note that Elizabeth Sanger, who was part of the eugenics movement, did have a strong hand in Planned Parenthood, and it was designed to depopulate our race. And so it was just very disappointing to me to see two sisters on a national show basically saying this brother was crazy when the facts are right there. Like, this isn't something that you can't find. You can look this up. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was just saying it because that's like a real hot button issue, the whole woman's right to choose and, this, that, and the other. So since we on this voting thing, I was just something I wanted to bring up. But if you haven't get a chance, just check it out. It's real short. And I think the interview was like 15, 20 minutes on the show today. But it was just kind of crazy. And then I'm not going to go into the whole people versus the Jewish thing right now. I think that should be another show. I got a lot.
Yeah. But I think a lot of, and I agree with you, a lot of the stuff that he says, even though he's going through episodes and it's manically sounding, if you really pick it apart and listen to it, some of it makes sense. Some of it don't, but some of it do. And he's speaking the truth about it.
Some of the best advice I got was from a schizophrenic man, straight up, no joke. So, I mean.
So I mean, it is what it is.
But I mean, I guess it seems like the hot button issues right now are abortion, crime, and it's one more.
The budget and taxes going up, inflation.
Yeah, but it's one more besides that one. It's the, like, all the politicians are talking about these three. You're exactly right, but it's three. It's the abortion, the crime, and it's another one. It's not the guns. It's anyway, I can't think of it, but it seems like every voting season there's these hot button issues, and we don't deal with the things that really can affect the people, because the laws affect a certain class of people. There are a certain class of people that the laws don't affect. That's why it doesn't matter who gets in, because it doesn't affect them. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times these politicians have these hot button issues to take you away from what really is their agenda. For example, I think the Biden-Harris campaign was a clear example of that. It was all these hot button issues, but at the end of the day, the people who really needed the help, the assistance, the laws to benefit them, they were not benefiting. They didn't benefit from that. I think the brother's name, John Lewis, that passed away, the civil rights advocate, he put up the bill, the hate crime bill, and we're still waiting for that to get signed, but they signed the Asian hate bill. I think I just mentioned that earlier. Like, there's so many things. It's like, and I'm just speaking from the Black perspective, because that's the only perspective I know, right? So it seems like every season we're the ones who out here, they showing us on the commercial. They always got to have two Black folks in the commercial. They got to have, so-and-so help me and my family, like all that old bullshit. And then when they get in the office, nothing's done for our people. Nothing is really done. So that's why I'm kind of soured on the process, because I know it's a farce. And here we are again talking about a woman's right to choose, gun violence, crime. And to me, it's just an overlay for the underplay to take more of our rights away, because what you've been seeing in the past 5 years are our rights being slowly taken away from us. And
ain't slow, it's fast.
Yeah, and to keep it real, this has been going on
a long time for us to get them. And they're taking away real quick.
2001, to be honest with you. This has been going on since 9/11, before 9/11. But now it's an accelerated pace. If you really look at the timeline from 9/11 until now, the Patriot Act, the gun laws changed, like all of those things are slowly taking away our rights, So, and then the whole COVID phenomenon, that was just the overlay. I mean, not saying it wasn't real, it was, but they also used that to subject us to a lockdown, to take away our rights, to tell us what we can and can't do. If you really look at the 2 years that we were on lockdown, that was a form of martial law, however you want to look at that shit. So,
well, no form it was.
Yeah, it's a bigger picture in this chess game that's happening, people. And I think a lot of people need to wake up and see it. Don't get caught up in these hot button issues. Look at the whole field of play.
Yeah, well, that was part of what one of the analysts was saying when talking about like just hot button issues. He was saying that they felt like the Democrats put a lot of their stock in the women's issue being the thing that was going to turn and make things go their way. And he was like, and that's not it. It's so many other actual issues that people are concerned about that y'all didn't address.
That's right.
That fell between the cracks for y'all, which is why you won't win. So that's what he said. But I get it.
Out of the women's vote, out of the female, I hate to use the word female, but out of the woman vote, right? Which sounds crazy, it's a woman vote. But out of the women's vote, right? There's a large majority of women who are conservative. There are a large majority of women who have conservative husbands who are going to vote conservatively, on both sides of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? And so just banking on a couple of particular votes is not going to help you win. Whereas the Republicans were kind of hitting on everything. Even if some of the shit they were saying was lies, they was working their number. So, it's going to be a sad day tomorrow. I hope not, but I think tomorrow you're going to see the change that you all don't want to believe in.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I don't know about your boy in Georgia. I don't know. I feel like this man Walker go fuck around and win, man. Oh my God. I just feel like he's gonna win. And it's gonna be bad. Because if he wins, he's just gonna be the puppet. You know what I'm saying? So
of course, of the one that he we're not gonna talk about none of that.
Warnock barely got in the first time. He barely got in. So
Now what I am gonna talk about is these campaign commercials. I'm sick of it.
Wow, business.
Oh my God, I'm so done with it. And that one with Warnock wife, or if she is, I don't know if it's his wife or not, but that woman that's talking about he tried to run her over and all this stuff. That looks so fake and phony. She looked like they went and found the worst actor on the planet. She's like, I can't believe he tried to hit me.
But they be believing,
looking around all in the sky. I'm like, what is going on?
Oh my God.
Republicans have mastered the art of visuals. Because people really believe that. It's like Georgia and Illinois out of the stuff I watch, right? And it's the same type of commercials back home too. So the Republican candidate for governor in Illinois is like 4 more years of this billionaire J.B. Pritzker. He's disenfranchising Black Americans, and he got a sister running with him, and she got the fakest smile in the world. I'm here for the people. Her face cracking like a motherfucker. She tried to smile, but yeah. So it's funny because people believe the lie. People would rather believe the lie than believe the truth. And you think about how many people watch TV and believe whatever they see on TV.
They see, exactly.
And that's exactly what's happening. No one is talking about how the governor of Georgia has consistently disenfranchised urban people. Shit, disenfranchised poor white folks too. Why you bullshitting? You know what I'm saying? So, but ain't nobody talking about that. They just like, we got that 350 and we can carry guns, and we got that 250 for them taxes. And she tried to run him over with the car. I'm gonna go for Herschel. He a good nigger. I'm going for Herschel. Especially down here.
Lord.
He's a good safe nigger. We're gonna vote for Herschel. We're not racist. We're voting for Herschel.
Lord. Jackie said, she said she thinks it's inflation, abortion, guns, and voting rights are the main topics.
Okay. Matter of fact, who was the Republican, if y'all know? One Republican was like, there's no way if Herschel gets in, that proves we're not racist. Who the fuck was that?
Well, listen,
said that shit.
Listen, the dude that was doing the analyst that I was listening to, he said that if Kemp makes it, that he's gonna pull Herschel over. He'll be the catalyst to pull Herschel over to win.
Oh.
And I'm like, wow, really?
Yeah, but we got some good niggers that got dang ride with us white men, and they're gonna listen, and so we can pull them in. It shows we're not racist. It's crazy. Oh, you know what too? Do y'all watch Tesla and Figaro?
No.
Check out Tesla and Figaro. She has like different podcasts. She's on different shows. She's awesome. She's a sister from Detroit.
Okay.
She's an awesome political analyst. She keep it very, very. Her name Tesla and Figaro for real. Like, yeah, she's awesome. For real. Yeah, she cool though. You check her out. You'll like her.
Okay.
Y'all will definitely like her. She cool.
I be watching the Young Turks a lot because they
I ain't watched the Turks in a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. I'll be watching Tesla.
Do y'all have it's a reason I seen that look?
But she's smart as hell now. She be really.
She can be smart as hell, but she's nice to look at too. Come from your eyes.
It's always great to see a powerful, intelligent, beautiful sister. Like that's a beautiful thing to see.
I bet it is.
She be killing it though. She be putting them folk in their place too. And I mess with your boy Tariq Nasheed heavy. That's my man. So, they just did a reparations rally recently the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know.
Yeah. They did a reparations rally like Saturday, I want to say it was.
Okay.
Friday or Saturday, yeah. Reparations rally. Look up who got reparations during the last 2 years.
No comment.
I digress.
No comment. Did anybody else have anything else to say about this voter stuff? No. All right. Well, no matter who you vote for, please vote. Because a lot of people lost their lives for your right to vote. Vote. Do your research. Don't just blindly vote. Vote where it counts and makes a difference.
I'm asking y'all both of this. Do y'all truly believe in the electoral process, the voting process? Do you truly believe in it?
As it stands right now, no, because there's a lot of backhanded stuff that us don't get, and we're in a losing position. So even though we're maybe voting, we're not voting effectively.
Okay.
And there's a way to vote effectively. She said, yes, I can't stand Warnock's wife. She had no tears. So I feel like we're not voting effectively. And if we really knew the game, we could change some things around in our favor. But because we got our mind on other stuff that does not matter, we get tricked up and pulled into some other stuff.
So let me ask you this question. I'm asking y'all both these questions. So let me ask you this too. So when Joe Biden was running, he made a lot of promises to Black people. And none of those promises he has fulfilled. So what do you think, if we could go back, what do you think that melanated, pigmented people could have done to make sure that when he got into office, these things were handled?
Part of that, like for instance, even with this student debt thing,
which is
it was put into place, it was signed, it opened up, and then there was a injunction that was filed to not release the money, and it was not by Democrats. So that is still sitting there, but that also comes from who's in the House and the Senate. Like, we can't put all of the eggs in the basket of the president. He does not have any control. The president doesn't have any real control.
So
your
what about the
House,
executive
Senate,
orders that
and
Trump
all
just
of
did?
your bottom people are who controls the government.
But what about like people like Trump who wrote executive orders and said, "Damn the House and the Senate," and got shit through?
And what should have happened is the same way that President Obama wrote executive orders, and as soon as Trump got in there, he ixnayed all of that and stopped it immediately because it was an executive order and not an actual bill. He should have done the same thing when he got in, but he didn't. But that's what Trump got in there and did.
He sure wrote a whole bunch of executive orders for that Ukraine money.
Yeah.
And everything else that ain't had shit to do with us.
And everything should have been immediately stopped. The same way that he went in and immediately stopped every executive order that Obama had to do. But all of that again comes to who is in control of the House and the Senate and not allowing for whatever the president is trying to push through. If your support isn't there, you're going to have to write an executive order. And your executive order doesn't matter as soon as you lose your seat, because that next president can say it's gone. It has to be a bill passed. Mm-hmm. And your people, which is your House and your Senate, are the only people that can allow you to pass that House and that bill, that actual bill. So if we don't figure out the game, we gonna lose every time.
Well, maybe we wouldn't be dealing with so much inflation if President Joe Biden hadn't sent billions of dollars to a country that has nothing to do with us.
Jackie said they know Herschel is dumb and they want to use him as a puppet.
But you know what I am going to do?
They're Muppet.
I think tomorrow,
a Muppet.
When I get a chance, because I know I'm not going to do it tonight, I think I'm going to do some more research on inflation and how inflation happens. Mm-hmm. Because if inflation is based upon a budget, and I need to go do some research, okay? Mm-hmm. But if inflation has something to do with the budget, and anybody who knows better, please chime in. And he just gave billions of dollars to these Ukrainians, as well as let a whole bunch of them come in. You know, that seemed like that put a dent in the people's pockets. Whereas, you know, because so far what I've seen is you gave the Asian Americans a hate bill and you gave them a form of reparations. Yeah, they didn't talk about that, but that happened. He sent billions of dollars to the Ukraine, but other things got cut over here as a result. Gas went up and everything. Like all them little stimuluses y'all got, he got all that motherfucking money back through the gas, the food, that motherfucking thing. We still ain't addressed. We still haven't addressed the crisis that's going on with shipping. Like, what's the word I'm looking for?
The exports and imports.
Exactly. We still ain't addressed that. While he on there looking like he got fucking Alzheimer's, and where's Kamala Harris ass at?
She disappeared.
Fuck out of here.
They put them people on her lawn and she disappeared.
She was jet. I told y'all she was jet.
But again, the people who set the national budget are your Senate members and your House members.
I'm okay. So you're saying they are over the national budget? That's what you're saying? They handle the national
technically, budget. Yes.
Okay. So again, inflation. I need to look this up while we.
Now another part of that is that family Goldman Sachs, baby. Now you got to go into them too.
Well, I know about Goldman Sachs. I'm hip to the jive with them.
Okay.
You know, I'm up, but I'm saying. So does inflation, and anybody please chime the fuck in, audience, because I don't know if I really got time, because I'm trying to formulate my thoughts, but I really want to look this shit up. Is inflation tied? I'm sure it is, to the national budget.
It is.
Okay, so if it is, that means the House and the Senate had to approve those billions of dollars that Joe Biden asked them to give him for these fucking Ukrainians, which caused us a problem. That's what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
Whereas we got people right here in our country that need help, especially after Brett Favre stole that $5 million from the poor motherfuckers in Mississippi that ain't nobody talking about. While y'all talking about Kyrie Irving retweeting the damn movie he ain't had shit to deal with, y'all ain't heard a slug about Brett Favre nowhere. But Mike Vick, they still talking about them goddamn dogs with Mike Vick and everybody else. And Mike Vick ain't did shit.
And you know, Kyrie Irving lost his endorsement with Nike behind that.
I'm just saying though, but my point is why are we're in it? We're experiencing inflation because money is being put in the wrong place, and no one is holding these people accountable for it.
And just blindly electing people in the name of the party.
That's the problem. And historically, Republicans were for the good of Black people. But of course, we know that changed. But historically, Republicans were for Blacks. And the core values of the Republican Party actually benefit Black people. It's just the people who are the current Republicans for the past 50, 60 years ain't shit. But, I digress. This shit crazy though, man. Like I'm watching people suffer at an alarming rate. We got food going up, we got all this going on, and here we are again about to vote for the lesser of two evils. Like, I have a problem with people just being satisfied that they're voting for the lesser of two evils. And that's why I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I don't agree with what happened on January 6th with them white folks doing what they did, but I fucking get it, man. Like, I'm probably gonna lose my black card, but I shouldn't, because I'm just keeping it real in this motherfucker. It has been written, if your government doesn't do what you need for it to do, you are to rise against the government. And that's what them Yankees did, even if it was for the wrong reasons. That's what they fucking did. And at the end of the day, what you gonna do? You gonna vote for the lesser two evils, or we gonna rise up, people? What we gonna do? I don't know.
And I mean, part of it also comes from us as older people can't be the only people that are voting. The young people need to know and learn how to maneuver through things, and they're getting lost.
The young folks is like this. They like, look, I can go out here, hustle, get money. I ain't got to deal with it because I'm gonna take care of me and mine regardless. So it don't matter who get in. That's the young mentality, and you can't really get too mad at them at the end of the day. We still the ones holding on to old processes, old ways, and we losing. Joe Biden said he was gonna do all this shit. He ain't do shit. Now I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, we can hear you. Okay. Now when that Mark Trump was in office, and I'm not a Trump supporter, but when that Mark Trump was in office, now some shit got done. I know he was a dumbass. He was an asshole. He fucked up a lot. Don't get me wrong.
Because he was a dictator. He didn't follow no rules. He did his own thing.
It wasn't even that he was a dictator. Mm-hmm. Trump is a businessman. Trump likes green.
Talk to us now. So this the conversation, the way I want the conversation to go.
So whether we like him personally or not, it is inconsequential because he has money, and when he was president, he ran the country like a businessman.
Get your money. That's all I'm saying.
Whereas, and so I just been sitting quiet this whole time because I'm so sick of politics and so tired of it. But with us, with our people, with the melanated ones, we're not even accountable for us as a group. So, of course, we're going to be scatterbrained and all over the place when it comes to politics. Mm-hmm. And I'm speaking to what you said, Keely. If we played the game right, we can make a difference. We won't even do that outside of politics. Mm-hmm. And I was going to tell both of y'all, I'm trying to, I'm in a hotel, so I had this iPad up on a lamp, and I think it keeps zapping me into mute. It's like magnetic or something. But anyway, what I was going to say to both of y'all when you were talking about the family, speak on that a little bit for people that may be watching that don't know what you're talking about.
Are you talking about those sex?
Yes.
Oh, well, go ahead. The world is controlled by a few families. If y'all don't know that shit, goddamn it.
I mean, but you're saying that a lot of people don't.
Well, I mean,
so, and that's just another example of me saying, if we don't even have it together on that level, and we don't have control over the green, then we always gonna be just spinning around like hamsters in those little cages. That's just what it's gonna be.
Well, shit, then that go back to the episodes we had 5-10 episodes ago. We was talking about solutions on how people need to unify, take
absolutely. This is an extension of that.
Because we control the economic power of the country.
We can't get to Z without going through the rest of the alphabet.
But y'all want Balenciagas and shit.
I'll buy black on.
I don't buy none of that Aga, S, Louis Vuitton. Fuck them. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't do
pedophiles and boy, I ain't with that shit. But you're exactly right though. I mean, I agree. So, again, so do we want to discuss solutions like we always do?
We absolutely.
But it's gonna be the same shit.
I'm saying this is just another example of what happens when we don't come together. Even
right.
If we can't even start small, how are we going to accomplish and win big?
But this is why I didn't really have much of an issue with the January 6th insurrection to a certain degree. If it's like we've had pockets of our people who have tried to stand up against the government. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, with our people, what the fuck? Oh man, we got a troll in this motherfucker. Don't even just keep it moving. That's some bullshit. But unfortunately,
it's not. I'm not finna pop it up.
Yeah, but unfortunately, like I wish our people could see, because there's a lot of blatant disrespect to our people that's happening right in front of us. And I'm not trying to bring up pop culture and stuff, but Kyrie Irving is being publicly lynched. But that's another conversation. But I wish our people could
I'm sorry, I'm not on social media like that, so I don't know what happened with Kyrie Irving.
All right, that's about social media. Basically, there's a movie called Hebrews to Negroes. It's based off of a book. And it basically explains how we, quote unquote, we melanated people are basically the original Jews. Which we are. We know this because Jewish, suffix over like blah, blah, blah. So he basically just retweeted the book, the video. And so not only has he received backlash as a result, he's been suspended, he's been fined.
For no less than 5 games. He's lost his contract.
Because they want him to do all this other shit. Did you see the list of shit they want him to do?
Okay, so let me say this, just as a sidebar. So why hasn't every African American in his field stood down and supported him?
Well, that's the point that I was going to make. We already know why. Because a lot of those people are in bed with the same people and they don't have the cojones. They not willing to.
Right.
Malcolm X said revolution is about bloodshed. And a lot of these niggas ain't willing to die at the end of the day.
Sometimes dying don't have to be literal.
Not at all. It could be dying financially. It could be dying socially. It could be dying politically. You know what I'm saying? It's spiritually dying. But the problem is we have people like LeBron James and several other ESPN analysts who are supposed to be brothers. They're not going because they want to protect their paycheck as opposed to looking at the bigger picture. But getting back to what I was saying before I, talked about Kyrie, I wish that our people could really see what's happening. Because if we could find a way to get our people on a larger scale to look past materialism and see that this government is doing everything it can to destroy us. Every time a black group of people come together to unify our people or speak truth to our people, they are immediately silenced and or destroyed. And so it's kind of like the Willie Lynch syndrome, where
that ain't true, Jack.
Yeah, it's not, but it's like the Willie Lynch syndrome where they talked about part of the scheme was to destroy the black man in front of the black woman so that her instinct as a woman would be to protect her child. And as a result, she would allow herself to be subjected to all type of misuse and disrespect. And in the fact is that was happening is that white man raped and beat her and disrespected her. That young boy would see that and he would grow up meek mentally, but physically strong and have a feeling of disdain for that woman. So what we're seeing today, and we've been seeing since the public aid era and before then, separate the black man and the woman, separate the family, turn the child against the parents. So what these children don't have no respect for parents and elders no more like they used to. So if there's no type of unit, it's easy to destroy and conquer, to separate. So I wish that our people could look past that and see, because a lot of these new generation, these children are extremely intelligent,
brilliant,
but for some reason, the social media, the television, everything is clouding their minds. So when these people are doing blatant shit to you right in your face now, because they don't hide shit, they don't see it, and they turn to. And let me newsflash, people. The weed y'all smoking is part of a collective plan. This weed shit that's going on, I just had to interject this shit. This weed shit that's going on right now with the legalization of weed, the dispensaries and shit. This is the crack era happening all over again. This is 1985 happening all over again. That shit y'all motherfuckers smoking is not weed. And understand there are a small percentage of black dispensaries. They are not allowing you to control this shit because they're trying to control you. I have never known in my life a black person or any person to wake up and say they need a fucking joint until the last 5-10 years. Please wake up. That was a sidebar. So getting back to what I'm saying, I'm back now. I'm sorry. I had to throw that out there. So, but I just wish they could look past this shit because they're blatantly doing shit now. They're blatantly killing us. They're blatantly disenfranchising us. Our neighborhoods are consistently being gentrified and redlined, and no one is doing anything. But everybody got money, and then they put these athletes and these musicians out here like they supposed to be people that's gonna lead our community when they being fed by the same motherfucking oppressor. At the end of the day, and the few people who do stand up and say something, they get shut the fuck down, and ain't nobody trying to support them because don't nobody want to lose their contract. What about all these billionaires out here? And I ain't calling nobody out, but we got a lot of black billionaires out here. I ain't trying to hear that.
More than we've ever had.
Right. I ain't trying to hear that we doing shit behind the scenes. Fuck you building a school, motherfucker. Build a fucking community. Lobby some of these motherfucking politicians. Create spaces for children outside of some tax write-off shit that you feel is going to appease your fucking person to sign your contract. Like it's bullshit out here for real. Like it's real bullshit. And people so caught up in the videos and shit and the music and shit that they're not looking and seeing what's really happening. And I just wish they could. Like I just wish somehow they could just be a magnifying glass. But it's like you seeing people getting killed every fucking day and it's not changing you. So what the fuck, man? Like, you know, excuse me for doing all this cussing, but my God, man, like, I don't know, man. It's disheartening. It's disheartening. I mean to go off like that. It's just disheartening. Like, because here we go again. We pushing vote, vote, vote. And we're voting for the same bullshit with a different name. Because whether it's Democrat or Republican, they're going to come in with their own fucking agenda. And the people who made this country, the people who keep this country going are the ones who are consistently disenfranchised. And that's all races, especially our people. But it's all races because it's about poor versus rich. At the end of the day, it's a lot of poor white motherfuckers out here just like it is black folks. Just like it is black folks. You know, for example, the water in Jackson, Mississippi still fucked up. The water in Flint still fucked up. You understand? It's like this shit's still going on out here. This motherfucker's still getting lynched and killed while they're creating white nationalist motherfucking groups standing at the polling place with AK-40 motherfucking sevens. Like this shit crazy, man. I just don't understand how you can have vision and still be blind. Like that is so unfathomable to me. But it is what it is. Like, you know. We all ain't perfect, but it's sad. And here we go again. So my fault. I ain't even going to my thing. I just be disheartened, man. Like I do, because it's just sad, man. It's sad. It's like people care more about what clothes they wearing than what their future is. It's like get money, but what you gonna do with it? You know, all this money out here, we ain't got no militias. All this money out here, we ain't got black nationalist groups out here. We got a few, but they ain't telling you how they be attacking them motherfuckers. You don't see that shit on the news. A lot of these black nationalist groups out here that you might catch and see, they be getting attacked, man. So it's crazy. It's crazy. It's just crazy.
Did y'all want to address Jackie saying that Trump was working off of an economy that Obama built?
Trump was working off what he was putting together because they strategized and put his people in place. So all he had to do was speak on it and it shall be done.
Yeah.
And Obama didn't really build much of shit at the end of the day. I know y'all like Obama, but y'all really need to go back and look at his. You know how they have like every president, they have like what they accomplished, what they promised, what they didn't do. Like you can really look it up. Y'all need to really look at your boy Obese, because it wasn't always.
I mean, but come on, he did what he could do. Everybody want to talk about what he didn't do for black people. We still talking about white America. It ain't no way he could get in there and do what he wanted to do for black people and still remain president. That was
I understand what you're saying, but I was there for the presidency just like you was, and the amount of vigor that was for other subjects outside of ours, was very disheartening. And I'm not just coming down on Obese because he was a brother. I'm just making a point because people.
And then you also got to look at exactly what I just said. Who was in charge of the House and the Senate while he was in there? It wasn't Democrats. So he got fought on. Everything that he wanted or tried to do, he was fought on.
Help me out for a minute. No. When Bush was in office, was the House and the Congress Republican?
It was.
Was it really?
One was, one wasn't.
I'm talking about young Bush, my man, young Bush.
I know, one was, one wasn't.
Okay, so it was young Bush that wasn't or was.
No, I'm saying one. It was
one term was and one term wasn't.
The House was Republican and the Senate was Democrat.
Okay.
And it was a very slight majority of Democrat. It wasn't like it was overwhelming. They won by like it is now, like 5 or 6 seats. Okay. It was not big.
Young Bush made a lot of shit shake.
Exactly, because he had support. You gotta look at when you got support, you can do what you want to do.
Man,
you don't, and you gotta fight. You gotta fight. But my other thing is, I really feel like for Obama and him being the first technically black president, he went in having to be meek and mild. His whole campaign, he had to be meek and mild, because if a black man goes in and he's aggressive, they look at y'all in a different way, as opposed to Trump. They just call him an asshole and say he a dictator and let him do what he want to do. This shit would have never been allowed had he been anywhere near as aggressive as some of his counterparts are.
Absolutely.
Or disrespectful.
That's the point that I was trying to make earlier when I was saying, like, when are we going to see? Like, we have to seize those types of opportunities. And again, I might be y'all might think I'm going to left field, but let me just throw this at you since we're talking about obese. Obama had a lot of people on his dick at the end of the day. That's lack of a better phrase. I'm from the hood. Fuck it, right? He had everybody was on his jock, right? I was even I was Republican at the time, so I didn't vote for Obama at the time. But anyway, I digress. But what if Obama, do you think Obama could have mobilized the people?
No.
For a black agenda?
No.
What
people are you referring to? Like, as in the actual physical people, or the people that were
black elected? People. Like
no.
People. Why you say that?
Because they were unhappy as soon as he took office, because he wasn't creating this poofy, this plush black world. Everybody got mad at him as soon as he became president.
What if Obama was quote unquote more of a nationalist and use his charisma, whatever it was that
I think so.
To him,
I think so.
And created a grassroots organization and mobilized our people? Do you think he could have done that?
I think he could have, but I think he would have had to use a different tactic, which would have been Michelle, to get what he needed to have done on the side.
Okay.
Honestly.
Now I agree with that. Obama couldn't have done it.
Okay.
Because it was too many of us that didn't care for Obama.
See, I liked Obama when Obama was I met Obama before when he was like the junior senator and shit. And he was a totally different dude. You dig what I'm saying? And then like something shifted, but I guess you got to play the game, but it's kind of like, God damn, fam. But
Well, yeah. He getting his 200,000 for the rest of his life. He all right.
With any presidency, first of all, they politicians. True. Regardless of how they run and work.
There's going to be some lies
are going to be told, because that's how politicians win. They're not going to be able to do nearly everything that they say that they're going to do. Secondly, we don't know what type of backdoor conversations went on, but especially when Obama was president.
Well,
We don't know what he had, what he was threatened with, or what he had to agree to, or we don't know.
I can dig it. Now,
We just know what he said when they turned that camera on, and he said, "Hello, America. I'm President Obama."
God bless you. God bless America.
Yeah.
I just think it was unfortunate they had him go in and kill the good brother Muammar Gaddafi. But that's another conversation for another time. A Democrat just texted me because they wanted to make sure that I was set straight. And they said that Lindsey Graham is the one who said if Herschel gets in, it proves we're not racist. Also, they're defending your boy Obeezy and said Obama did a lot. He turned the poor economy around after your boy Young Bush.
He did what they allow him to do as a black president. I'm always stand on that. He wasn't a white boy. He did what they allowed him to do as a black president. And anybody black that voted for him, that thought that he was going to change Black America, you are delusional. Because that was never going to happen.
I never assumed.
I'm not talking to you. I'm just
I know. I'm just
saying for clarification. Obama. Right. There's a lot of black people that don't like him because he didn't do enough for Black Americans. Would y'all move out of the United States after he became president?
Hey, I don't. Hey, y'all gonna get off Young Bush.
Yeah. I give a shit about the Bushes.
Jackie said Clinton did more than Young Bush too.
Yeah, Clinton did a whole lot more. But anyway, look, I ain't got nothing against.
You gotta have sexual relations with that woman.
You know how many times I've said it to somebody? We know the game, Bill. But anyway, I ain't saying I got nothing personally against Barack Hussein Obama, right?
I don't care about you saying his whole name.
Hussein, brother Hussein. No, okay. I wasn't being mean about that. I personally am touched by his middle name for obvious reasons, but I digress. But I'm just saying, I never had nothing against Obama. I just personally felt like because of the charisma that he had, because of the way he was able to galvanize people, I feel like that could have been used in a more profound and impactful way for Black people as a whole. I'm not saying that he was the Messiah for Black people, but I'm saying he could have put a dent in a lot of the problems, a few of the problems that we had. I think he could have been a catalyst for some form of unification, galvanization of people. That's what I'm saying.
He would have had to be a martyr in order to do that because they was gonna kill his ass.
Well, that's up for debate. That's up for debate. That's up for debate.
He couldn't have done it.
He was gonna have to decide to be a martyr.
He had to do the things that them white folk like too. Like bringing the teams to the White House, drinking a beer with somebody from the team or whatever it was, whoever he drank a beer with. That shit that white people like. So he was able to do that freely. But you talking about a grassroots agenda for Black people? Please.
Okay, well, why not do it now?
I mean, who's going to follow him?
A lot of people follow up.
A lot of people will follow him because at the end of the day, I'm sorry, his speech in terms of how he talks to people, some people are just magnetic people that can talk to people and get them to move. And he's one of those people, regardless of what you think he did or did not do. That's his personality. That's in him. So he could, if he
okay. I don't doubt none of that. I love Obama.
But you just said who's going to follow him. A lot of people.
Both of y'all said a lot of people. It needs to be all of the people.
Well,
we've got to come together.
It'll never be all of it. It'll never be all of it.
And that's why we are where we are.
But to your earlier point about what you just said like 5 minutes ago, where you were like, there's no way he could have, been the savior for all Black people. So based on that statement, that's why I'm saying if he could have just galvanized a majority, he had the ability to galvanize a large majority of the people. That's what I'm saying. He couldn't. It's impossible. He couldn't have did it all. But each one teach one. It starts with a group.
He had the ability, but ability and power is two different things when you're president. So what I'm saying is, I don't think now though. But he went back to when he was president.
Yeah, but I'm saying
so what I'm saying now is that saying us not having unity. It's not going to matter if he does it now because it can't be a lot of us it has to be the majority of us or all of us.
Well, it'll never be all of us, but it can be the majority. Or even what he's saying, him being a catalyst to something else. It got to start with something for there to be a change. And the catalyst is what kicks it into play.
I understand all of that, but I'm being realistic. We ain't doing nothing now. So the majority of us is not going to follow Obama.
Well, that's okay. And I will respect your opinion. But let me say this. The Black Panther Party started out as a small group of people and it became nationwide.
Correct.
So the same point I'm trying to make in the hypothesis about Obama is, even now, there are still people who are very loyal to Obama.
Absolutely.
That's how he sell books and he do everything.
I'm not disagreeing with any of that.
So I'm saying the reality is one person can't galvanize everybody. Like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X didn't have everybody, but they had a great majority of people.
I said majority or all.
Right. What I'm saying is I believe Obama has that same ability even today.
I'm not talking about his ability. I'm talking about the people. I don't think the majority of our people will follow his ability.
Okay, and I agree to disagree because we'll agree to disagree because I believe that the majority I'm saying using his ability to galvanize people, I believe that even today he could bring together a large majority of people for a particular issue or issues that can better our people. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand perfectly what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just disagree.
Okay, well, we agree to disagree, and that's why this show is called Goddess Ships, because all ships are not the same.
Right.
That's a good plug, but I know.
Whole mess. All I got to say.
Well,
y'all hearts and minds clear.
Well, my heart and mind will never be clear as long as our people are being oppressed and persecuted by a system that is created to destroy us and still considers us as 3/5 of human beings that has not been amended.
Well, you better speak that.
So, and when black in law means dead. Now, if y'all want some insight on that, audience, go to Black's Law Library and you'll look up the word black. Black means dead. That's why it's imperative that even though we use it sometimes, we need to get away from using the word black because black means dead, especially in the court of law. So, which basically is lengths, angles, and widths, which is what this country is run on because they created the shit. So, but I digress.
Well, he done sent y'all away with some homework.
Real talk. Black's Law. Look at Black's Law. I'll show you what the word black means.
And go and look up them families. Goldman Sachs.
Oh yeah, Goldman Sachs, the Rothschilds. What's the they go to a meeting every few years. I think it's called the Brandenburg. What's the Brandenburg meeting? Is that what it's called? Look that up if you want some more insight into those families. You'll understand how eugenics, when I was talking about Margaret Sanger and the whole Planned Parenthood tree from the eugenics tree, that's tied into these families as well. What else? Eugenics. Also, you can go back and you can look up what feminism was really about. Black people. Feminism was not beneficial for Black women. Feminism was created for white women, and they used you. And when they got what they wanted, you see how they treated you. Go back and look that shit up. So, that's another conversation for another time. You don't believe, I'm like LeVar Burton. That's why I read Reading Rainbow Shirts. You don't have to take my word for it. Take a look. It's in a book. Okay, bitches.
I don't think that funky bitch was on the end there, but all right.
I just couldn't help that part. Like, I'm not calling y'all that. People who don't know, I just need to say some cuss shit. I don't know why. But anyway, I'm serious though. Go look all that up. You'll be surprised at what you find. Like,
very much so.
It's very true. And Kyrie Irving quoted this in one of his interviews. They used to always say the best thing to hide something from a Black person is in a book. And it's very true. And Google is not your friend. There are other search engines out here that you can look up. Get your hands on some books. Go to the library. They don't have the Dewey Decimal System no more, but you can still go to the library. I just told
He's supposed to know nothing about that Dewey Decimal
System. I just told my age. Y'all young kids don't know how hard it was to look up the book.
Look, pulling that little thing out. Look.
The card,
Oh
and then
my
got to go.
God.
Then you got to go talk to the librarian for her to show you where the aisle is of the cards you pull, and then you got to go through the damn section like this. You be done found 4, 5, 6 more books on the shit. You like now you got a whole stack of shit. Got to carry on. Microfilm, remember the microfilm? So anyway, get y'all hands on some books, y'all, for real, because those are where the answers are at. Learn about what's going on so that you can be informed, so that you can move accordingly. And if you have children at home, people who watch and you have children at home, encourage your children to learn about botany and how to farm, how to grow things. Start off with a little hydro garden in the house, grow a little tomato or something. Get them interested, because we're getting to a point where we're going to need to know how to do. We passed that. We need to learn how to start doing this, because this food supply is changing. They talking about chicken now, how the chicken is fucked up. People having adverse effects. This RSV that's going on that's hurting these children. Pay attention. We are guinea pigs in this country, and it started with COVID in terms of the most recent millennium. So, but let me stop talking, because they be shot me on the camera, be a bullet come to the motherfucker.
Ooh, no, don't say that.
Just saying, they already think I'm one of these radical motherfuckers out here in this little town. They've been kicking it off with me since I came back. Ooh, they been kicking it off, Jack. One of them Muslims, you something, brother. I see you got what that thing is on your head. I said it's kufi. That means you're one of them Muslims? I said all black people who wear kufi are not Muslims.
Well, they didn't know that. Thanks for educating them.
It's a head covering. It's for protection.
Educate them.
It's for protection. It's a head covering.
Educate them, black man.
My hair long as hell up under here though, but that ain't why. I just wearing it now, letting it ride. I can do this now.
Oh, whoa.
It's tough.
Oh.
It's tough out here.
I shave my beard out. Water and shake it.
It's tough now. Oh yeah, I got the whole L'Oreal shit going now. Got the whole thing going now. Look at that. I'm trying to tell y'all, see like this.
Ooh.
It's tough out here in these streets.
You got a little hang time on him.
I had some twists, but I had to take them down. I had sun this week. I'll be back again.
All right.
I told you before I turn 50, I'm letting my hair grow down. Let my hair like a pimp. Ponytails and everything. Bobs, all type of goofy shit.
Well, I know even though we are coming along slowly here in the States, I just want to let y'all, Apple Podcast sent me a little notification. We're doing some shit in Zimbabwe. I don't know who the fuck watching us. But hey,
what?
You know what that's
from? Because
I be watching the Africa channel and I start following all these African actresses and I be sending them messages. I be sending messages. Like,
well,
please,
I'm doing a little something over there. Hey, Zimbabwe, how y'all doing?
Girl named Adeboyo, I'm fucking her name, Adeboyo, some shit. And I be like, hey, my name is.
Is it Adeboye?
Yeah, I be like, I enjoy all your movies. Bimbo Adeboye is her name. I be like, I enjoy all your movies. My name is Floyd. I'm from America, and we have a podcast. Please check us out if you can. We love you. I tell all of them.
America.
Yeah, I be watching Afro Channel. I watch all the Nigerian shows. I'm trying to go to Nigeria. I think that's where I'm from. I just feel it in my bones.
Oh.
I feel it in my bones. I don't know what it is. When I see the shows, I be geek.
Listen, my auntie just said yesterday, she was like, I need to look back and want to see how far back my ancestry go. I said, you want me to do a me at 23 on you? She told I need to know something because I feel like my great grandma was real tall and she looked like she was from Africa. I said, oh Jesus.
See,
what is we gonna do?
I think I'm Nigerian or I might be Cameroonian or something because I got.
I'm Cameroonian.
See, I might be down, but wherever I find myself from, that's where I'm going.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, one of my cousins is in Egypt right now.
So we got people in Zimbabwe checking us out.
Yes.
Shouts out to Zimbabwe.
Yes.
There's a lot of little people in Africa too.
All right. Well, is that it? That's all?
Oh, I'm sorry. The Democrat said, not microfiche. You're showing your old ass.
Well, we all showing our old ass then because we all know about it. I was mad getting on that thing for my little long ass dissertation I had to write.
The damn book reports and shit. You couldn't even read it though. It was kind of blurry. You had to be like,
Zoom. You got to do
Looking
that.
all
Zoom
on
in,
that.
zoom in, zoom out.
I miss the old library. I miss that.
Yeah.
Old library was cool.
Listen, for my senior year, for the last 2 weeks, I didn't go to class. We was all of us was in the library. All of us that had the same senior English teacher was in the same class. We was all in the library. We was cutting school to go to the library. Who does that?
People that want to learn something, because the library used to be fun as hell growing up.
All of us, our whole class was in the library at the table. You got the other book? Pass me that book.
And would be quiet too. Would be kicking it like a motherfucker. Be quiet in the library. I missed the library back in the day. Bring back the old libraries.
Yeah, you got in trouble one time at the library, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But anyway,
you can listen to new music in the library too, kids, if y'all didn't know that. So like if y'all want to hear like the latest music and stuff, you can go to the library and actually listen to the latest music that come out. And some of these libraries have recording studios in them. So for all y'all rappers and shit, y'all can go in there and do studio time at the library. It's just a little something a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
I used to make tracks in the library in Ohio.
Well, there you go. Rap. Oh, what your name was? MC Bootyologist?
No, I had many names. I started out as Rebel X, and then I MC Nike, and then I think I was Magic for a time, and then Scoob for a time. Like I had many names.
Magic Floyd. Oh shit.
I had Magic. Well, that was from Streets. But I was Rebel X in high school when I first really started rapping. I had on my Boy Starter jacket, and my first rap I did in front of people was like, freedom of speech, freedom of teach, freedom of preach is what we lose when he heed the words of the leech. The devil man takes what he can from the black man, put drugs in his body so he can shorten his lifespan. He wants some Nikes on his feet so he kills for, so he steals from his mother, put a gun in his hand, make him kill his own brother. Then I said something like, while the president's playing golf, brothers in Desert Storm was getting their heads cut off. Bush spoke of the casualties. Like I was breaking that shit down. It was called The World Is Very Different Now. And the beat that I used was this rapper, Chicago people know, Black AG. No type of drug dealer. That's the beat I rap to. But I was breaking that shit down.
You need to re-release it. It might do some shit now.
Well, I need to find that shit and remember it. That was 1991.
Well, you just remembered part of it, so you good. You can go back, pull it back up out the repertoire.
But I'm known as the city for Murder Definition. People in Chicago, they know me for that song, Murder Definition.
Oh,
tough. Black slave assembly with my 12 gauge. I'm sinister. Psychopathic 1998 John Dillinger. Witness the style that comes from beyond, moving millions of men with lyrics like Louis Farrakhan. You peons, when it comes to the game, I'll be the shogun, leaving MCs looking dead like cop guns against shotguns. Your gangster mentality is more like babalities because I finish off MCs like in K3 fatalities. It's sad to see how nations fall at the feet of the Don because I form like Voltron, devastate like Destructicons as Buddha blesses. My intellects flows perplexes with skills for the masses like 15s in their asses. So let's play the dirty South, get their necks ready for the lynching, for the MCs who couldn't stand the rain like the fall of New Edition. That's my murder definition.
Oh shit! Y'all better know who the fuck he is.
It was 1998. That was the year my son was born. I was thirsty as hell.
Y'all better look out. We need to know what the fuck we had in the building.
46 now. I think those days are over.
Nope. You need to go and re-release your album. Let's get it. Go on up there and get in that record studio and go and put that shit on wax. Let's get it.
My name, my album will be called The Oldest Freshman.
Yes. And he killing all y'all.
The Oldest Freshman.
He got it.
From the Creole.
Y'all wasn't ready.
Life before depends. Oh, last thing. I know I'm talking about Eric. I'm sorry. I'm cancer free. The results came back, so I'm cancer free.
Good.
They rate me though. But I'm cancer free. Yeah, because I felt that, and I didn't like it.
And you was a little high. You didn't feel it.
No, let me tell you, they gave us just real quick, y'all, because this is for precaution. This is about your health. If men and women, please don't get a colonoscopy if you need to, for real. So look, the nurse is like, I had to take some shit called prep, and this shit like clean your shit out. And I was pissing from my ass. And the nurse gonna say, that's called shissing.
Shissing.
Shit and pissing. Shit pissing. I'm laughing, right? I'm laughing, but look, she got me on the side with my asshole out trying to crack jokes. And it's this Indian dude behind me named Dr. Nala Peretti, like, we're going to stick the tube in your ass in 1 minute. So it's like, it was funny, but I was scared at the same time. So then she was like, well, just a minute. Shissing. Shit pissing. So
that is hilarious.
I was like, nurse, pissing on my asshole. She's like, yeah, that's just a little shissing. It'll be okay. So then I'm like, I'm like, well, Tim was gonna happen because I'm nervous. My ass say exit only, like I ain't really with all this going to my booty hole shit. So she was like, well, we have to prepare the cocktail. I said, listen here, bitch. Them 2 words you do not use in no fucking thing like this. Cocktail, cock and tail. You about to stick something in my ass? Come on, fam, don't do that.
That's just where your mind went.
Cause I was nervous as hell. Like I'm just saying, I ain't got my ass. Listen. I ain't never had that in my ass. When I was a kid, my mama tried to give me one of them fleet enemas. I tried to fight her. You ain't about to stick that shit in my ass, mom. No. Remember the fleet enema? You stick in the ass and squeeze the water out of the motherfucker? I ain't fucking with you, mom. So no, but anyway, they found some polyps and they were cancer free. So I'm CANCR for free. So yeah, cancer free. I was scared of the motherfucker though. I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, I'm cancer free. So please, if you 45 and up, they go for men and women. Go get colonoscopies because that colon cancer is one of the most treatable cancers ever. But if you don't get it in time, it can fucking kill you. So please, you know what I'm saying? Please go do that. And I went because I had a positive test. I took that Cologuard test, which was some weird shit and shit literally, and it was positive. So I went. That shit done. Yeah, so yeah.
The little Cologuard man. He says,
oh my God, that shit crazy. But do you know what the test entails? That's some straight bullshit.
It's your shit. Put it in there.
It's fucked up. Like they have like a portable toilet with a little thing under it. And I'm a big nigga, so it's like you want me to position my whole. Maybe we'll have a Cologuard episode. There's some shitty shit going on. But yeah. So please get checked, people. Get checked for diabetes too. Don't play with that shit either. Like for real, don't play with that.
Most definitely.
That shit is as hell. That shit killing us, man. So that's it. I'm sorry I talked y'all ear off. I love y'all.
Hey, Goddess, do you have one for us this evening? Probably not.
I just defined vote. It's a verb to cast or conduct a vote. To vote in a way that helps one financially. To express an opinion. And just our conversation in general hit all of those points with the whole idea of voting. So I love you, but you can't sit around and complain about things that you want to change if you're not willing to put in the work, put in your vote, support your opinion, support your cause, and you have to give your opinion and act on it too, though.
I think our system needs to be overhauled, though, but it's okay.
Insurrection now.
We'll figure it out.
I will say this on the real side to piggyback off that. If you don't really care about like the major elections, what you can do to propagate change is, and I don't believe in the process, but I have seen this work. Vote in your local elections. So like for the judges in your cities, your states or whatever, the state elections, vote for those because those are elections that immediately impact you. So like if you got Becky Sue Karen running for fucking state senate or like state Supreme Court and she wants y'all to sew your vaginas up and like that's probably somebody you don't want to fucking vote for. So your local elections are
those judges. We vote judges in. And we don't know nothing about, they don't run campaigns. So you don't know what their agenda is unless you really, truly research them. But we vote those judges in. And a lot of times people see the incumbent and they just mark the incumbent.
Yeah, and they be straight bullshit ass judges that will fucking sentence you to life.
And don't care about nothing that you care about. Every issue that you thought you cared about, they care the opposite. That's and you don't know because you just voted the incumbent. You're not researching. And those are the ones that matter. All those superintendents that control what your kids learn And also where the budget for those kids go to in those different counties.
The schools, all that.
It's almost like you can even have the general thought process: the lower, the better.
Yeah.
Or the more powerful, so to speak.
Exactly. Because it's what hits you at home.
Yeah. And speaking of home, people, my Chicago people, please go research the no cash bond law. It's not what y'all think it is. It's really just the same shit being regurgitated, but they flipping it around for y'all. So please don't be discouraged. Just read about it. And on a side note, brothers and sisters, my mama used to always tell me 5 minutes and a poor decision will get you 50 motherfucking years. Please be mindful of the shit y'all do, man. It ain't fucking worth it, man. Because when you sitting in that jail cell with that big funky motherfucker next to you, trust me, I know, and you want to go home and ain't nobody thinking about you, you got time to think about that shit. Don't fucking do it, man. Make better decisions out here. That's a start too. Make better decisions, man. I know it'd be tough sometimes, but just find other ways. Y'all smart. Y'all have the ability to do anything you want to do. Just fucking do it. Don't make poor decisions, man, because you ain't nothing but a number and a price tag to these motherfucking Yankees out here when you get up in that system. Don't fucking do it, man. Make better decisions for real. So that's all. Right. Brothers and sisters.
And on that note, that's going to conclude our show for this evening. Thank you all for joining us as we do our best to give you the content you deserve. Feel free to keep the conversation going below because we do read the comments and we look forward to reading them and we do respond. Whoever that ninja that was putting that mess on it, just watch. You ain't got to comment. We don't want to see your hot videos. But anyway,
unless you got some little people. Yeah, 4.24 Gmail.
Then you need to message him directly and not up under here. Again, thank you for watching. If you have not, make sure to thumbs up this video, like, tell a friend, share, and make sure to bang that notification bell so that you are notified when we have new episodes. We will see you next week on Gotta Ships because every ship matters.
All ships aren't the same.
And life is built on ships.
Now, see,
lived on ships.
Life is going on in that motherfucking hotel room that we have not addressed. So I think we may need to address that while the show's still on.
Life is lived on ships.
Life is lived on ships that you've been flued out the hotel room to partake in.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's not that type of thing.
She the flew out queen, but it wasn't that part of the day.
You been close to that motherfucking screen for the whole show. Like, don't look behind me, goddammit.
They're in the other room.
Mm-hmm. Look, you're trying to show us the side and shit. Man, a whole other part of that motherfucker. Look, motherfucker probably standing right in front of like jangling.
No, sir, not me.
Yeah, okay. Life is lived on ships.
I don't know why I said Bill.
Jesus. All right, so we gonna piece that all out.
All dips aren't the same.
We'll get it.
Oh.